Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with your weekly trade example for the week ending July the 12th of 2013. And I thought, just to mix it up a little bit, I'll just do a live trade here and see what happens. I just got into a trade here now. This is the British pound US dollar 1 hour chart. This is our pattern number 6, and it's also a pattern number 3 that quite often they set up together. And we have a little technique. we call it the sneaky swing that happens in here. But in any event, I just sold up here at 151.30. So I'll just put a line across there just so you can see exactly where it was. Actually, a little bit over that. I got a little bit of positive slippage, and so we'll see what happens here. But what I just want to illustrate is how price reacts off of these levels, and you can see it was a good level of resistance here as well. These aren't just random when I do these things. They're the patterns that we have in our Recurring Forex Patterns course. And what I'm going to do is what we'll do is we'll see this come as if it does come down here for us. We'll get the risk out of the trade, and currently I just have 15 pips of risk in it to begin with, and I'll start to reduce that quickly. And as it goes down, I'll get some profit out of the trade as well. But over on the Aussie yen pair, I also went long on that pair. Now this is what's called our pattern number 4 as well, pattern 3/pattern 4, and there's just the only two ones that we teach in our RFP daily trade review service. And I just got long down here at 89.79, actually 78 and 79. I got two fills in there, and I've already taken 15 pips of profit out of part of my position, and I'm just going to leave it now to get some more profit if it keeps going up for me here. And so I've got the position completely funded and covered. And it might kind of look like magic while you're looking, this is a big downtrend. What am I doing buying down here? But because of the specifics of this kind of a trade and the super low risk entry that you can get in on these kind of trades, I just got in, I elected just to wait for this setup to happen. And I used what's called the noble entry to get into it. And now I have a very low risk trade. So I've got the risk out of it. I've made a little bit of profit on it. And we'll see what happens from here. But we've got two trades going at once here, and I'm up 7 pips now. I'm just looking at my other dealing station here. Whoops, on the British pound. If I go back to that, looks like it's moving in our favor a little bit here, coming off a little bit. So I'll be back in a bit and we'll update this. Okay, and I'll just give you a little update here. Not much is happening with the British pound. It's still we're up like 5 pips or something on it. But back over to the Aussie yen pair again. See, this is the thing about using these patterns, is that you can get in at very low price. Like when price is going way down like this, you might think, well, that's just suicide to get in down here. And yes, you do have to be careful about buying reversals and that. But that's one of the beauties of the RFP patterns, is that it shows you how to buy these reversals properly with very, very low risk. And when they reverse, they can be extremely good trades. We're going to try to look for, I'm just going to try to go for a 2-for-1 on this. In other words, double what I've twice my risk. Okay, so I risk 15 pips, make 30, and like I say, I scaled out of half already at 15. So what I'm going to do is try to get 45 pips on the second half, which means I'm going to go in for these lows down here, which should be a nice logical area to go for. We'll see, it may or may not make it, but like I say, I'm protected now, so nothing bad can happen, and I've given myself a chance for a higher move. See, that's a good thing. You get a free look at it. Okay, so we will come back and see what happens. Okay, just a little update here on the British pound US dollar. We're just hanging around this 151.20. Remember, I'm trying to take some profit at 151.15. It's made it down very close. It made it down to 14, but I needed to get down to about 13 or so because of the spread. Okay, so I don't like it hanging around here too much like this. This 20 level is significant. It's showing some possibilities of heading down here. So what I've done is I've moved my stop to break even, because remember, trading is totally about managing risk. Okay, and if I get stopped out, probably it's going to head up to possibly up to the 50 level up here. So I don't want to. That'll be the next stop anyway, and we'll see what happens. This is the daily central pivot. But right now, like I said, because it's hanging around this area, not going anywhere, I'm just a little reluctant to give it much more time on this. So I've moved my stop to break even. And right now, the Aussie yen is doing just fine. We'll just leave it. Okay, well, you know what? It just came down and filled us here. So we got, 15 pips out of half our position. We're break even in the second half. My next target on this, I'm gonna go for just down to 150.85, which is down right in here at this, just below this pivot level in here, because of the structure of this move here in a downtrend. Actually, I think it'll go even below that, but that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'll do? I'll show you the trades here too on my. What I did is I put them in a demo account. So please, I don't care what the amount of lots that I put on, has no relevance whatsoever in this. But here's what I did, just so you know what I was talking about here. I sold this thing, sold it at 151.30, a little over that. I got a little bit better fill, and this is where I'm at right now. And I bought the Aussie yen at 89.79, and here's where I've gotten out of things over here. I got out of, remember, we just got out of half of our British pound at 151.15, so we got a little bit of positive slippage on that, and we got out of half of the Aussie yen at, remember I said I got in at 89.78, well 77.9. I got out of that for 15 pips as well, and everything's funded, everything's break even right now. Nothing can happen, you know, and I've got my stop at 151.30 here and at 89.70 here, and we'll just sit back and see if we get filled on the rest of it. But so I just wanted to show you that, and I put it in there. That's a demo account. That's not my real account, because my real account is my real account, and that's for me. But just to show you what I've done here, and that's and the reasons why. But these are great patterns. I'm telling you guys, if you learn how to do these, they're just so good. And there's like I say, there's lots of potential to go down here. We're coming down to the figure, so we're going to watch that. And this level down here is obviously going to be important. But I have my order in at 150.85, and we'll see what happens here. And I'll just give you a little update on the Aussie yen. And it's not really doing too much. We're, you know, got in down here. This nice thing about these patterns, you get in at really good discounted prices, and you have the chance for great profit potential on the way up. So we'll see what happens. Okay, folks, I got to get going, so I'm going to cap this off. You guys can watch the 20 level on the Aussie yen is where I'd like to see profit, but we'll see if it gets there. It's coming off here a little bit now. So one thing, from the high of the day to the low of the day, I'll just show you this. It's 38% retracement. So it comes to that same level. You can see why I like to take a profit at a place like that. Look at this support here. You see that? So we'll see if it goes up there. The stops at break even, but I can tell you this. We can show you better ways to manage risk. And that's just beyond the scope of this. We do that in the coach's corner. And also on the cable US, probably the British pound US dollar. Again, we're at break even on that. I took some profit on this. It's coming down. Nice entry in that, wasn't it? I mean, I got in at 151.30, and that was the high. So, like I say, these RFP patterns are so accurate. You know, I went short on a pair that's in a big downtrend. I mean, that's what you want to do. This is a daily chart heading down. This is the FOMC Bernanke speech stuff here and that, but we'll see if that holds or not. You know, if you're struggling here with stuff, I mean, these are I'm just telling you, the RFP patterns are really good to use. Just all by themselves, they're very good. They're quite accurate. They're very accurate, and small stops and really nice reward to risks. By the way, you'll see the rest of these trades here that I'll just show you what's left here, what we're doing here. You know, we've still got these two positions still on here, but these targets that I've chosen, I've just put them in here because the reason is because I like to get at least a 2-to-1 reward to risk on these trades. So it's good to get that, because it really can build your account fast. And by the way, these trades can go one heck of a lot more than 2-to-1, and they often do, and we get those. But anyway, I'll just cap it at that. I hope that helps, just to see how we use the structure of these things, and together with a pattern to get into a trade. Listen, if you had the RFP course already, seriously, I mean, if you're not really kind of doing that well, get the RFP daily trade review service that Shirley and I do. Like, it's $57 a month. I mean, try it out for a few months. It's just not going to, I mean, there's a bit of a cost to education no matter what you do, and that's not very much. So anyway, I like to see you do that if you're having to struggle with things, and you'll see every single, well, 4 days a week, how trades set up, and we walk you through them all, and it's been really good, very popular service. So anyway, there you go. Have a great weekend. I'll see you at the end of next week with another what do I call it? Weekly trade example. Couldn't remember what it was called. Take care.